speaking of that, I did see, and Hermdale sent me a note about the Detroit Lions possibly being interested in Myles Garrett trade. And I'm thinking, man, is that good clickbait headline? So let's just be honest, guys. I can't give you two clickbait headlines in a row. Last time we did a Max Crosby trade rumor, and I put it right in there, and then I got some flack that um, it should have been oh, I can't believe you teased me with that. And it's like, dude, we're deep into the off season for football. Even if you thought that was a reality, do you think right now is when they'd make the call about that? So you shall name remainless, remain nameless. Um, but yeah, so I just thought to myself, he sends me that screenshot today, and it's like Dan Graziano, ESPN, and I'm sure what it is ESPN probably just picks your team, and the algorithm just gives you some like goofy headline of, and they probably own the rights to Dan Graziano and just say he can say whatever he wants, but it threw out the idea of Myles Garrett um, being available for a trade. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm getting called out for the Max Crosby shit. How unrealistic is this? This guy just signs a mega contract that no one's going to be able to hold on to right now. Um, why is he any better than getting Max Crosby here? So we can talk about that. I just don't see that as a realistic option. Um, I always talk about understanding Brad Holmes and knowing what Brad Holmes does, and these aren't Brad Holmes moves. That's why when we talk about Max Crosby or Myles Garrett, Hitch did bring up the point of what would you do, and I said, well, what would I do versus the reality of what will Brad Holmes do is how much does Brad Holmes like this guy, and I don't think there's much to hate about either guy, but to make you go after two big guys like that with massive contracts, I just don't see it happening. Now, obviously, Myles Garrett comes to the Detroit Lions. Holy shit. Yeah. It's not even fair, dude. It's not even fair. There should be a handicap in some of those games. But it's just not going to happen. I think what's even bigger news is that Ben Johnson hypes up our offensive coordinator. He says it's a match made in heaven, which I guess just goes to show you that it really is no hard feelings. But um, speaking of hard feelings, Jesus Christ, here comes the do. Wow, not only do you troll, but you steal my takes. What takes do you have? The only takes you have is that Brad Holmes is a terrible general manager and that you're excited that your Bears are moving to Gary, Indiana. That's the only thing I know about. But yeah, anyways.